Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight, Nebraska's only, and literally only, variety show that runs weeknights on News Channel Nebraska, statewide, from Scottsbluff to Falls City and everywhere in between. We welcome you. We hope that your Thursday has been a good one, and we have a treat for you tonight. There are just a handful of musicians that were with us in the early days when we started Quarantine Tonight earlier this year, and one of them was Bob Hupp. You saw him play with the Smoke Ring at least twice. He's performed solo, and he's performed with his grandson in a duet. Tonight, in a duo, I should say. And tonight we have him live and as unplugged as you can be with a keyboard. It's a fun show. He's a fun guy. He's a entertainer across Texas in the cold Nebraska months, and he's a Nebraskan with the rest of us throughout the rest of the year. And tonight he's going to be on your television entertaining you not only with his music but his humor. His name is Bob Hupp. Also, want to remind you that tomorrow night I'm bringing in boy wonder Chris Williams. He's going to be my fill-in host of all things. I have the privilege of hosting one of my friends on a blind date. And when you're in your 40s and you get to introduce one of your friends, who I might add, a little older than me, someone Bob Hupp knows, to someone that I think is a wonderful person. I took the night off. And we'll maybe talk about who I'm setting up tomorrow night a little bit later and give him a hard time. But I'm actually looking forward to it. So Chris is going to host the show tomorrow night, and then, of course, I'll be back on Monday night. Let's start our evening off with a prayer. Because Bob is a Sacred Heart graduate, we have the deacon from St. Isidore's in Columbus, Nebraska, to start us off right. Take it away.
Good evening. My name is Deacon Jack Conchell, and I'm from St. Isidore Parish here in Columbus, Nebraska. Before this evening's show, I would like us to pause and pray together. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, we thank you for our priests and our ministers who lead us as your sheep, and we ask that you protect them and guide them. We also thank you for the musicians who are using the talent that you gave them to entertain us. We ask that you continue to help them as well. We would ask that you also help us with the division that we're seeing in our country today. We ask that we continue to remind us that we are all made in the image and likeness of you, and also that we are all your children. Almighty Father, remove the fear from us that we feel in these uncertain times. Be with us and help us to remember that you are always with us. Through your Son, Jesus, we pray these. Amen. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon, and good evening to all of our viewers in the Columbus area. You've got a real gem there with that Father Joe Mishk and St. Isidore's down there. Just a beautiful, beautiful church, and we enjoy seeing Father Joe in his Mass every single morning. And the two of us probably ought to be in Mass every single day. Bob,
yes,
good
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Bob Hupp here. You were on early on with the Smoke Ring. You have been in the music scene of Nebraska, which people ask me all the time. Is this that show the Smoke Ring has been on? You got sucked into music at what age?
Oh, my folks got me started playing the piano, playing this stuff. That stuff when I was about third grade.
Who taught you that?
One of the sisters, I forget their name, Sister Mary, I think it was Holy Card, I'm not sure. And she taught me how to play, and then she taught me also how to take a good sucker punch in the back of the head and on across your knuckles. You played something wrong, and you had...
Did you go to the convent for that?
You know what I did? I had to took my lessons in the convent down in a little private office down there, and so nobody could hear the screaming and hollering and the weeping and wailing and gnashing that went on.
Was there a yardstick involved?
Oh, a yardstick and that little ring that she could go whack. I'd get it in the back of the head.
She did not have the little ring.
I'd get it in the back of the head. Then I'd get it across the fingers if I played something wrong. Oh, gosh, yeah.
A ruler or a yardstick?
You know what? It was one of those little rulers with the edge on it.
Oh, with the little metal edge?
You can tell a guy that plays piano for the nuns because you play like this. You're playing defense. You're playing defense, really.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to tonight, and tell me about your show tonight. You picked out the songs.
Well, I've got dozens and dozens of songs that I like to play that are fun for me, and so I'm going to play some old rock and roll and a little bit of some country, and I don't get overly into real modern stuff, but I do some, and we'll get in there. I do some David Allan Coe, and of course I do some Johnny Cash and Hank Jr. and that kind of stuff.
I should
Elvis
mention,
Presley.
During the winter months, you perform all over Texas. Well, you perform in Texas. Where
Yeah,
at?
basically I'm in South Padre Island.
Okay.
And there's some spots we play down there, and they've been good to me, so we spend January and February down there, and then they boot us out, we come home.
Oh, my goodness.
It's fun down there. A lot of nice people. A lot of folks that are from up here I meet down there.
A lot of Nebraskans down there.
Absolutely. Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota. Some Canadian folks are down there. It's a good time.
Canadians are all over Texas.
Yes, they are.
They have invaded fully.
I hope that doesn't mess them up with this, virus thing.
You are coughing a little bit. Do you have a fever or anything?
I got a frog in my throat.
Okay, let's hope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our friends at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, the one and only Bob Hupp, tonight on News Channel Nebraska.
I got ketchup on my blue jeans that just burn my hand. Lord, it's hard to be a bachelor man. I got girls who can cook, girls who can clean, girls who can do anything in between, making everything ready and everything right. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Do you want a drink? Do you want a party? You're at quarantine tonight. Let's get this party started. We got the pig in the ground, we got the beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Well, my party shack gets out in the woods. It's a long, long way from here to Hollywood. Cute little dance girls out on the floor, and Miss Enola just a walk in the door, making everything ready, getting everything right. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. You're at quarantine tonight. Let's get this party started. We got the pig in the ground, we got the beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. This party started. We got the pig in the ground, we got the beer on ice. All our rowdy friends are coming over tonight. All my rowdy friends and the beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. We got the pig in the ground, we got the beer on ice, and all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Yeah. Give my applause go. Thank you, folks. Got to get my machine running here a little bit. For those of you that have seen me before, I look a little different tonight because I was down in the bathroom there a little while ago. I was a little nervous for the show, and I was sprinkling some toilet water on my face when the lid came down and hit me. Mike, you got to fix that, okay? And I want everybody to know, if you don't look, I'm losing weight. I'm on a diet. I'm trying to get back to my original weight of 7 pounds and 8 ounces. So if you wonder where I'm going, that's where I'm going with that. And I'm telling you, it wasn't easy getting here tonight. I had to get out of a sick bed. People think, oh, man, I don't have the virus. I don't have the virus, but I have closed up a few bars. But anyway, I had to get out of a sick bed tonight. My secretary's had the flu. for the last week or so. And so anyway, I do the winter down in Texas, as Mike alluded to, and I got to do this when you're from Texas. Well, all of my exes live in Texas. Texas is the place I nearly long to be. All of my exes live in Texas. That's why I reside in Tennessee. Rosanna down in Texarkana wanted me to push a broom. Sweet Eileen from Abilene thought I hung the moon. Allison from Galveston lost her sanity. And Dimple down in Texas town got the law out looking for me. 'Cause all of my exes live in Texas. Texas is the place I nearly long to be. All of my exes live in Texas. That's why I reside in Tennessee. Swim. It took me back to another time when I wore my welcome thin. In transcendental meditation, I go there every night. I always get back to my room long before daylight. 'Cause all of my exes live in Meadow Grove. Meadow Grove is the place I nearly long to be. All of my exes live in Texas. That's why I reside in Tennessee. Well, some folks think I'm hiding. There's rumors that I died, but I'm still alive in Tennessee. My exes live in Texas. You know, I've traveled up and down a lot of the roads. I've traveled the Route 275. I've traveled Route 81. And, you know, I've traveled a lot of routes in my days. And, you know, I even went down this song called Route 66. And if you ever want to take a nice little drive from Chicago down through, oh, golly, all across the bottom of Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico, Route 66 is the place to be. And this song actually was out by, I think Nat King Cole did this song. If you ever plan to motor west, take my way, it's the highway that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it winds from Chicago to L.A. More than 2,000 miles all along the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri. Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo and a Gallup, New Mexico, and Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingston, Barstow, San Bernardino. If you get hip and take this friendly tip and make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo and a Gallup, New Mexico, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingston, Barstow, San Bernardino. If you get hip and take my friendly tip and make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. You can get them on Route 66, folks. Oh boy, you know, I tell you what, it's a tough neighborhood around this area of the woods. You know, when Mike told me that it was an undisclosed location, he didn't tell me it was this far out of town. For heaven's sakes, I didn't know where I was going for the longest time, and till I found my way out here, and I said, you know, to Mike, I said, doggone it, when it come down here to do the quarantine tonight, I say, you know, it just goes like this, you know. There ain't no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck White Sox and blue ribbon beer. The barmaid is bad 'cause some guy made a pass. The jukebox is playing, there stands a glass, and cigarette smoke is hanging in the air with my redneck, the White Sox and blue ribbon beer. Some cowboy is cussing the pinball machine. There's a drunk at the bar getting angry and mean. Some guy is on the phone, say I'll soon be home, dear, with my redneck and White Sox and blue ribbon beer. We don't fit in to that white collar crowd. We're a little bit too rowdy, just a little bit too loud. There ain't no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, White Sox and blue ribbon beer. There's a semi passing by on the highway outside. The 4:30 crowd is about to arrive. the sun is going down, and we'll all soon be here with my redneck and white sock and blue ribbon beer. Girl, you taught me how to hurt real bad and cry myself to sleep. You showed me how this old town can shatter all your dreams. Another lesson about a native fool that came from Babylon. Found out that the pie don't taste so sweet. Those guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, long, lonely streets that I call home. Those guitars, Cadillac, and hillbilly music, the only thing that keeps me hanging on. Now there ain't no glamour in tinsel land, the land of wasted lives. Painful scars are all that's left of me. But thank you, girl, for giving me a brand new way to be cruel. If I can't find my mind, I guess I'll leave. Those guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, lonely dream that I call home. Those guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, only thing that keeps me hanging on. It's the only thing that keeps me hanging on. The only thing that keeps me hanging on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bob Hupp, Nebraska's most dangerous one-man band. Wow, look at those shoes you've got on. I was just showing the camera operators there. Where do you even buy
It's
shoes
so
like?
I can run fast and jump high.
Yeah, my gosh. And then you got the blue socks to match. This is a whole deal.
Oh, you don't think? Well, wouldn't come out here on.
How did you find the undisclosed
You know, I
location?
tell you what, I didn't know it was this far out of town, for heaven's sakes. Jeez. I'm never going to get home tonight. It'll be well, it won't be a cold night, but it'll be a long night for me to get home.
Yeah, well, you go past the white barn, then the 3 trees, and then through the field.
That's exactly where I'm going.
That's what everybody talks about. Bob Hupp is here tonight. He started in music in the 3rd grade. What was her name?
Sister Mary Holy Card. I don't know what I really do forget. Sister Godzilla, Sister Mary Godzilla. I forget.
Well, she got him on the right side of God.
Yeah, she sure did.
And got him started in piano, and he's done well ever since. You've been in how many different bands? Let's see, the Smoke Ring.
Yeah, well, I started out with a band called the Strollers when I was just in the latter part of my 8th grade year into my freshman year, and then we played together with Jerry Benjamin and Chuck Asmus and Pat Wade for a while. Then Jim Casey joined that Stroller band, and then when Pat went to the service, and then we threw our Stroller band in with Little Joe and the Ramrods, and then we played Little Joe and the Ramrods and changed our name to the Smoke Ring, basically. And then I played with the band through the 70s and 80s a little bit. We weren't very good. We didn't practice. We were called the Casinos, Doug Spidell and Danny Reeves and I. But that's about it for me. I mean, I've played guitar for Freddie Fender and for Dave Dudley and a few stars that needed guitar players. But other than that, I just play my own little thing now. And every now and then a little bit with Jim if we got something that comes up or a Smoke Ring gig or something.
Well, you're going to enjoy tonight. Bob is going to be here until 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain. We gotta maybe touch base here in a little bit. I'm hosting one of my good friends, one of our mutual friends. We'll talk about him a little later tonight, but on a blind date tomorrow night.
That scares me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Well, first of all, the fact that he's trusting me to set him up, and I will. I mean, this lady that I'm setting up, she's
gorgeous now.
Way out of his league.
I got lined up with the blind date one night, and I'll tell you what, there wasn't room for me and her in the back seat even.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if it had been in the summertime, she'd have gave a lot of shade, but other than that, I don't know. Her senior graduation picture was an aerial photo.
We got to take a break.
Okay.
We got to take a break. We've got to look at news. And Nebraska's most reliable forecast from the one and only Chief Meteorologist Jeff Fox is right around the corner. We'll be right back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Well, that Jeff Fox is just a card. He does a great job on our weather. We appreciate that. It's kind of been a wet week, as you might imagine, with all the rain that's been moving through. I'm your host on Quarantine Tonight, Mike Flood. Tonight, our guest is Bob Hupp, who's doing a great job. Not only do you get the music, but you get a little commentary.
Hi, all you quarantine folks tonight.
They've been quarantined for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Tough news earlier tonight. You saw that story on our news about a couple who died couple days apart.
Yeah.
You know, for all that we try to do in entertainment, this is a real deal. This virus does have its effects. And, well, so many in our nation, you know, maybe don't quarantine. I would have to think that a large percentage of our audience is taking it pretty seriously.
Oh, I think so. You know, it for those kind of the non-believers a little bit, they sort of start to believe when someone right next to them catches it, or
Right.
somebody that they know. And, you know, it brings it back home that, you know, even though we're in Nebraska,
You got to be
there's things
careful.
going on. Absolutely.
Well, to all those watching tonight that are quarantining, all our best to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bob's got a little variety tonight. What are you thinking we start with here?
I think I'm going to do a little Willie Nelson, I think, when we get started here. And little Willie, and then I'm going to do a little Jimmy Buffett and some Johnny Cash.
Are you going to be going down to Texas this year, or is the quarantine going to keep you?
We plan on it if they. I've got them booked if they do it. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I'm there 60 days, and so far down there in South Padre, I've got 32 gigs booked. So I play almost every other night.
And of course, when they do decide to lock down, or like they did earlier this year, it's hardcore down there.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yeah, they don't mess around. I was driving around down in Texas, you know, last time we were down there, and a cop had a couple pulled over, and the cop told them, you can carry guns and stuff down there. So these people got mad at their infant, and they threw him out the window.
What?
Yeah, and I said, what is going on here? And he said, why'd you do that? And they said, well, for crying out loud. Crying out loud.
Oh.
Mike,
I
where
was
do I gotta
busy.
go
I was
here?
busy watching your fingers on the piano, and you were busy telling
Where
jokes.
do I got to
Okay.
go here?
You
know, I was going to tell the fans this before you turn it back over to me. You know, I was not too long ago. Mike was having, before they closed things up, was having dinner at the Black Pig
Fat cow.
Flat Cow thing. And he's in there, and he's got the menu in his hand, and I couldn't help but overhear him. And he goes to the menu, and the guy says, what are you going to have? And he says, I'll have this quickie on here. And the guy goes, now, don't get smart with me. And no, Mike says, I want the quickie. All right, no. Pretty soon, he won't shut up with the quickie. They're going to drag him out. And as he's going by my booth, I say, Mike, I think we pronounce that quiche in Nebraska.
Or quinoa.
That's how we pronounce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hupp, Nebraska's most dangerous one-man
Let's
band.
put a little Willie Nelson on you, okay? You know, I told Mike it's fun to be here because we don't get to play a lot from this virus, and so we like to get back on the road again. On the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Doing things that I may never do again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way. Lord, and our way. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Doing things that I may never best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way. Lord, in our way, on the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. No, I can't wait to get on the road again. Oh, we're back on the road again. It's nice to get back on the road. You know, I was going to tell this to Mike a little while ago. You know, I don't have the disease, but I've been to the doctor a couple times. And the last time I went to the doctor says, "What's the matter, Bob?" I said, "I can't hear out of my left ear." And he looked in my left ear, and he got his little forceps thing out of there, and he pulled a suppository. "Bob, you got a suppository stuck in your ear." I go, "Oh man, now I know where I put my hearing aid." Oh, poo. I'll explain all these things if you have a hard time listening to them. And so the same doctor that I'm to about the same time, he's got my records mixed up with somebody else who was really sick, but he thinks it's me, and he comes in and says, "Bob, I got bad news. You only got about 6 months to live." I goes, "Oh, poo." I said, "I want a second opinion." He says, "Well, you're kind of fat and ugly, too." So I don't know. But anyway. Laugh, Jackie, laugh. Anyway, so we're going to give him 6 months to live, and I feel, wow, that's terrible. And I go home, and my wife was with me, and she goes into the kitchen. I goes, "Man, I'm feeling bad." I went down to the bar and got about half hammered. And I came home, and she's making cookies, chocolate chip. They smelled good. I said, "I'm going to have a couple of cookies." She said, "No, you can't have any cookies." I said, "Why?" She says, "Because they're for the funeral." I can't make it go up. I can't make it. All right. I went to my dentist the other day, and I goes, "Doc, I got yellow teeth. What can you do about it?" He said, "Wear a brown tie." I don't know. I'm getting my machine wound up here. For little Jimmy Buffett music, Margaritaville. I'm living on sponge cake, watching the sun bathe. All of the tourists were covered with oil, strumming my six string on my front porch swing, smelling the shrimp were beginning to boil. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Where's that darn salt? Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season. Got nothing to show but my brand new tattoo. Now it's a real beauty, it's a Mexican cutie. And how I got here, I haven't a clue. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top, cut my heel, I had to cruise on back home. There's booze in my blender, soon it may render. That frozen concoction that helps me hang on.
Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it could be my fault. Wasted away in Margaritaville. You know, I usually get a request for this song somewhere along the line. It may not be the same night, but I get this request from time to time. You know, I was going to tell Mike, you know, I have a friend of mine who's a veterinarian, and not only is he a good veterinarian, he's also a taxidermist. And his motto is, I'll get your pet back to you one way or another. Here's a song about my wife, a brown-eyed girl. Hey, where did we go? Back when the rains came. We're down in a hollow, Lord. Oh, we're playing a new game. Laughing and a running, Lord. Oh, we're skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning glow, all our hearts could go with you. My brown-eyed girl. You might be my brown-eyed girl. Now whatever happened, Tuesdays oh so slow. Running down the old mine road with my transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, oh, behind the rainbow wall. Slipping and sliding, Lord, all along the waterfall with you. My brown-eyed girl. You might be my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to say sha-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-de-la-de-da, sha-la-la-la-la-la-lo, la-la-de-la-de-da, la-de-da. My brown-eyed girl. It's so hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. I saw you just the other day, Lord, my, how you have grown. Casting out my beck and load, oh, sometimes I'm overgrown. Making love where the green grass goes, Lord, behind the stadium with you. My brown-eyed girl. You might be my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to say sha-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-de-la-de-da, sha-la-la-la-la-la-lo, la-la-de-la-de-da, la-de-da. My brown-eyed girl. Oh, my brown-eyed girl. You know, I dedicated that song to my wife because we've been married, you know, 53 years, I guess. She told me here the other day. I forgot. And
And after 52, 53 years, you know, I asked her very seriously. I said, honey, am I the only one? Now tell me the truth. Am I the only one? She goes, yeah, to tell you the truth, you are the only one. She said, I've had a 4 and a 5, a 6, and 8, and 2 9s, but you are the only one that I've ever had. Yeah, God bless you. Thanks, hon. And I took her out to eat for our anniversary, and we're at downtown eating, and I said, order my steak. I wanted very rare. And the waiter said, what about mad cow? And I goes, well, she's going to have to order on her own. I'm not going to order for her. Okay. When I first met her, you know, we were just kids in high school, and I said, do you believe in the hereafter? She said, yes, I do. And I goes, good. Now you know what I'm hereafter. Stop that. The other night, I was going out to play a gig, and she wasn't going to go. She was going to stay home. And I said, oh, heck. And I said, but maybe you could put a little something of that special behind your ear, you know, like you sometimes do when I get home. So sure enough, I went out and played. I got home kind of late, and I snuck up in the bed, and she was kind of sleeping. I looked over behind her ear, and sure enough, there was a little bit of meatloaf and a little touch of mashed potatoes stuck underneath there. Okay. They all can't be perfect. Here's a little Johnny Cash song. Goes out to my granddaughter Emily. She likes this song. I'm going to play my kazoo, so don't try and do this at home. I'm telling you, I'm a professional. You swallow this sucker, something happens, and you'll get hurt. That's the first thing. And I told my grandma, she tried to play this. Don't play that, Grandma. Do not play it. Sure enough, she tried to. She swallowed it. And then every time Grandma broke a little wind, she'd go. And then she'd get the border boats. Okay, anyway. Don't play this at home. Fiery ring. We're bound with a wild desire. Well, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flame, they went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire. Love is sweet with hearts like ours meet. Well, I fell for you like a child, and oh, that fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flame, they went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Well, the taste of love is sweet with hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, that fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flame, they went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. Johnny Cash. Oh, those Cashes were nice people. Just a moment. Talk and laughs amongst yourselves. You know, we did a lot of our recording back in the 60s with the Smoke Ring down in Memphis, Tennessee. A lot of good records came from there, but we recorded in the same studio, Sam Phillips down there, the legendary Sam Phillips, in the same studio that Elvis Presley did, Johnny Cash did, Roy Orbison did, and all the hot dogs, and we recorded in that same studio. And the people that recorded this, obviously, were very good, very close to Elvis Presley. And Jim Casey and I and the band one night got invited out to Graceland, but we were too busy doing a session, so we didn't go. But here's an Elvis song. Baby, let me be your loving teddy bear. Put a chain around my neck, a leap for me anywhere, and let me be your teddy bear. Baby, let me stay around you every night. Run your fingers through my hair, cuddle me real tight, and let me be your teddy bear. I don't want to be a tiger. Tiger's plenty too rough. I don't want to be your lion. 'Cause lions ain't the kind you love enough. Just want to be your teddy bear. I put that chain around my neck, a leap for me anywhere, and let me be your teddy bear. I don't want to be a tiger. Tigers play too rough. I don't want to be your lion. 'Cause lions ain't the kind you love enough. Just want to be your teddy bear. I put that chain around my neck, a leap for me anywhere, and let me be your teddy bear. Let me be your teddy bear. Said let me be, oh let me be your teddy bear. Just wanna be your teddy bear. Oh, Elvis the Pelvis. Little teddy bear, we call that guy. You know, one of the guys in the band, Jerry Benjamin, we used to call Teddy Bear. So, Teddy, if you watch it on San Francisco and the Bay Area, Sacramento, that was to my good friend Teddy Bear, Jerry Benjamin. You know, I want to stay on the oldies for just a minute. This song come out of the 1960s, early, I guess, and a guy by the name of Chubby W. Checker. He played in Norfolk at the Red Bull Lounge one night, and Chubby wasn't so chubby. He was in great shape, but here's a good, fun song by Chubby W. Checker. Come on, babe, do the twist. The dance floor's open, Mike. Come on, babe, let's do the twist. Give me by my little hand and go like this. You should see, babe, my little sis. You should see, babe, my little sis. She knows how to rock. She knows how to twist. Come on and twist. Twist, baby, twist. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come on, just like this. Get me by my little hand and go like this. So let's twist again like we did last summer. Yeah, let's twist again like we did last year.
So let's twist again. Twist the time is here. We're round and around and a whoop and down we go again. Baby, don't you know that I love you so? Again, twist again, like we did last summer. So let's twist again. Twisting time is here. So let's twist again. Twisting time is here. Let me tell you about a place somewhere up in New York State where the people rock the gate, twisting the night away. Yeah, haven't had a lot of fun. Gonna put you on the run, and how we sure like twisting, twisting the night away. Twisting, twisting, everybody's feeling great. Yeah, we're twisting, twisting, we're twisting the night away. Twisting, twisting, Lord, everybody's feeling great. Yeah, we're twisting, twisting, we're twisting the night away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hupp, Nebraska's most dangerous one-man band.
Twisting the night away, Mikey.
Nebraska Bob, good to have you here tonight. I did, sometimes something happens to me and I'm like, I could have never imagined in my life that somebody would have said that. And I got a message on Facebook from Bonnie who said, "This is great. Also, my 96-year-old dad loved the suppository hearing aid joke."
Well, the old ones are the good ones. I wonder why I couldn't hear out of that ear. Now I've gone it. That's what's fun, Mike.
Yeah.
I tell you, that is, you know, when I do the Texas thing, I do mainly older people, and you know they're down there to have fun. They really are, and you know the old stuff I do. That's what they want. They don't want to hear anything very new. They want to hear the same stuff I played for them probably 50 years ago.
Right. Well, you know what they say, when you're growing up from the ages of 13 to 27, that's the music that you want to hear the rest of your life.
Well, you know, you're probably right. That's pretty darn close. Yeah.
13 to 27.
Yeah, wow. That's you know, music is something that brings lots of folks together, different cultures, different folks, and fun to do it.
One of the things that I've learned doing this show, because I would say before we started quarantine tonight, I mean, I was interested in music, I listened to music, but I don't know that I appreciated it nearly as much. The amount of joy that it brings people, especially when it's easy to be anxious, it's easy to be nervous, it's easy to have reasons to get worried about things, but the joy that this brings to a lot of people, even your jokes about suppositories rank really high. We're going to have more of Nebraska Bob here in just a moment.
Mike told me, he said, "Bob, tonight, this family show, don't do any sexual or political jokes."
Right.
That's what you told me, right?
So you pulled out the suppository.
I did. When I said I don't do that, Mike, anyway, because I get the two confused. Seriously. Somebody said, "Bob, what do you think about the Middle East position?" I said, "I like it okay, but it's hard on my wife's back."
I gotta get.
I'm sorry, Mike. I just popped in my head.
Oh yeah. Well, hold tight for a second. We've got to do the clean version of Mike's mailbag here, which is always clean. Let's find out. Unlike you, Bob, we get lots of fan mail on this show.
We do.
And there's the Mike's mailbag truck going to get the mail. You see it going there?
It is.
This is from Ron in Hardington. We really are happy with what you've done with NCN TV. It's Channel 3 here in Hardington, and my wife and I watch it a lot. Well, thank you so much, Ron from Hardington. Here's Carol in Lincoln. She says, after discovering NCN on the Quarantine Tonight show, I've been telling many people about how much I enjoy it. This is a great variety of talent here. I enjoy seeing some of our Lincoln artists playing with other groups and look forward to seeing Julie Baker's quartet and the Leo Lonnie Band again. Thank you also to the University of Nebraska Medical Center for these concerts and for our mental health. Also thank Black Hills Energy. Well, thank you so much, Carol, for such a nice note. And then Leander from Norfolk, thank you for starting the music on your station. Such a good idea. You make many of all ages happy. Everyone becomes happy when we hear these great musicians. We need it. I love the polkas, the waltzes, country western, jazz. They're all enjoyable. This seems to me kind of a little miracle in the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic blue, and we're staying home. Thank you for making all of our lives a little brighter, and God bless you for bringing Nebraska's talent to us. Well, thank you, Leander from Norfolk. We appreciate that. If you would take the time to send us a letter, we'd like to get your letter, find out where you're watching from, and we will automatically put you on the list to get a program schedule when we set up some replays and make our decision as to what we're going to do after August 14th. That address is 214 North 7th Street in Norfolk, 68702. It's on the screen there. Of course, that's not exactly where we're at right now. We're at an undisclosed location that Bob promised he wouldn't give out the
I doubt
address.
if I could find my way home tonight later on. Doggone it.
Yeah.
You told me to go to the Sloston Cutoff and the fork in the road, and then turn right where the old school used to be.
Yeah.
And
District 25.
I don't know where that is.
Well, he got here. The question is, will he get home? I was telling you, Bob, I'm planning to set one of our mutual friends up on a blind date tomorrow night. We're being serious here. In fact, the young lady that, he's in his 50s, she's in her 50s. Three couples have already gotten married due to my matchmaking since 1994. Yeah, three couples already.
Hopefully they won't call you back when they need some help if things fall on the thorns.
Oh, you mean for some of my legal services?
Yeah, for some of your legal services.
I often say, what God unites, I divide, right? But at the end of the day, it's awkward at a blind date.
Yeah, it is.
You ever been on one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Seriously, I told you I got lined up on a blind date when I was in high school, and she was a full-figured. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. And my buddies, they thought that was funny, the guy that lined me up, and I called her tons of fun. She was a lot of fun. And we were lost on the interstate going around Kansas City. We were down there, and she stopped and asked somebody, how do I get back to interstate? Is it 450? And the guy said, lose about 100 pounds, and that would be you could get back to 450.
I'm handing you softballs, and you're throwing back fastballs.
Throw them at you.
We'll be right back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Oh, hang on. Here we go. We're back here on News Channel Nebraska. I was just talking to Bob. What do you have to spice it up from the 50s? I get a lot of viewer mail, and people say, I like the 60s, I like the 70s, I like the newer stuff, but where are the 50s? We'd like to be lost in the 50s tonight.
Where are the 50s? Holy cow. Well,
I know you do a Mean Johnny Be Good. I've seen that before.
Yeah, well, that's late 50s. But I can do some 50s songs.
Okay.
I sure can, if I just knew how.
Like a song from like a prom in like 1957.
Yeah.
I asked about Earth Angel. He said that's not one of his favorites. But you've got which? Okay, so this is like this is request on demand. You don't remember the 50s. You weren't. What were you, 6?
I was in junior high in the late 50s.
All right. All right.
Here's a 50s song by Marty Robbins. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
If you're going to a prom, you're going to have to wear your white sport coat. And you need a pink carnation. Oh, white sport coat and a pink carnation.
blue, blue moon. Oh, that's a song out of the 50s. You know, while I'm on that one, just a minute, hold on, the crowd's holding back. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Here's another song out of the 50s that is the Fat Man, the Fats Domino. He died a couple years ago, a great entertainer, great singer, and he's called Fats Domino, of course. And, you know, he was from the South, and, you know, colored music back then didn't get a lot of play up north because the northern people didn't want to play it. And so, you know, they had people that did Trudy Fruity and those things, and Pat Boone then covered it, so the white disc jockeys up north here could play it, but no one could cover the song like the Fat Man. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Yeah, I linger till I met you. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. Yeah, you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The wind in the willow played love's sweet and melody, but all of those vows that we made never to be, though we're apart, you torture me still. Yeah, you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody, but all of those vows that we made never to be, though we're apart, you torture me still. Yeah, you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Oh, the Fat Man out of 1958, Blueberry Hill. Oh, thank you, boys. Here's a song I just had to play because I know lots of folks out there watching want to hear a polka, Mikey, and so I practiced real hard at this song, this polka that I'm going to do, and if you listen real close, there'll be some a verse in the old tongue. You know, I ask everybody, is the polka, is it Bohemian song, Czech Bohemian? Is it a German song? You know, who made up the polka? I don't know. It's someplace in that area. Well, now my wife is, her grandmother was full-fledged Czech Bohemian, and grandma spoke a lot of just straight Czech at you if you weren't careful. And I went to grandma's house one day. She lived in Wahoo. And I went to grandma's house, and I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't know that grandma didn't have an indoor facility. I had to go outside. So I went outside to this facility, and it was a two-holer. So grandma had some money because the poor people just had one hole. But anyway, I opened up the door. Somebody was in there. There's a kid about 10 years old, and he's climbing down one of the holes. So I goes, what in the heck are you doing? He goes, I dropped my jacket down in the bottom there. And I go, well, you're not going to wear the jacket when you pull it out of there. He goes, oh, no, there's a kolache in the pocket. That's a Bohemian roll. In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Die old tongue, mich mein die Schmoll door die Meerhaven. En Weten den mich Schmidt, all die Wiener Slicker. Mich mein die Schmoll door die Booger Brow Keller. The Ecke and a Hoka and a dem me you bitchka. Ja, dem la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, if you're from Colorado only, heaven there is no pot. No, there's not. That's why they smoke it a lot. Yes, they do. And when they are out of the pot, well, I guess they'll go back to drinking beer. Oh no. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Throw another log on the fire. Pull me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the yard and change a tire. Mend my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby, you can fill my pipe and then go fetch my slippers. Pour me up another pot of tea. Put another log on the fire, babe. Come and tell me why you're leaving me. Don't I let you wash the car on Sunday? Don't I let you when you're getting fat? Don't I warn you? Ain't I gonna take you fishing with me someday? Man can't love a woman more than that. Ain't I always nice to your kid sister? Don't I take her driving every night? So lay here at my feet, 'cause I love you when you're sweet. And you know it ain't feminine to fight. Whoa, another log on the fire. Pour me up some bacon and some beans. Go out to the yard, lift the car and change the tire. Mend my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby, you can fill my pipe. Then go fetch my slippers. Boil me up another pot of tea. Put another log on the fire, babe. Come and tell me why you're leaving me. Oh, why are you leaving me, Mama? A little polka there for you boys. Well, I got a song here that I had all laid out that I was going to play, and it looks like I kind of lost my way here a minute. But I do, do some songs for America, I guess, if you will, and songs for the veterans and so on. You know, those are people that gave up a lot for us. And I'm from the Vietnam days, and that wasn't a real popular war. But the guys that came home, they were treated something less than good. Things are a little bit better today for them, of course. But this little song about a veteran is from World War II, and it's about the Indian Ira Hayes. And Ira Hayes was a Pima Indian, and he was one of the guys that battled up Iwo Jima Hill and came down, and he was one of the guys on that flag where you see all the flag raised and stuff, and all the statues and pictures of those people on Iwo Jima. And one of the guys on there was the Indian Ira Hayes. And when Ira came home a hero, he was fine for a while, but then Ira couldn't find any work. Nobody cared. He was just an Indian. Ira started to drink, and he got drunk, and they found him dead one morning in a ditch. And it's a sad story, but it's a gather round all me people. There's a story I must tell about a brave young Indian you all should remember well. From the land of the Pima Indians, they were proud and a noble band. They farmed the Phoenix Valley in Arizona land. Down the ditches for 1,000 years, The waters grew Iowa's crops till the white man stole their water rights, and all the water stopped. Now Irish folks went hungry. Their land grew crops of weeds. But when the war came, Ira volunteered, and he forgot the white man's greed. Called him drunken Ira Hayes. He don't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war. Now they battled up Iwo Jima Hill, 250 men, but only 27 lived to walk back down again. When the fighting was all over and Old Glory was raised, among the men who held it high was the Indian Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He don't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war. Now Ira returned a hero. He was celebrated throughout the land. He was wined, speeched, and honored, and everybody shook his hand. But he was just a Pima Indian, no water, no home, and no chance, and nobody cared what Ira had done. And when the Indian danced, they called him drunken Ira Hayes. He don't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine that went to war. Then Ira started drinking hard. Jail was often his home. They let him raise the flag and lower it like he'd give a dog a bone. He died early one morning, all alone in the land he fought to save. Just 2 inches of water in a lonely ditch was the grave for Ira Hayes. Call him drunken Ira Hayes. He don't answer anymore. Not the whiskey drinking Indian or the Marine who went to war. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, but his land is just as dry, and his ghost is lying there thirsty in the ditch where Ira died. Drunken Ira Hayes. Oh, we got to remember those folks. We got to remember those folks. Here's a song that one of the more popular ones I do, and see if I can find it back here. Talk and laugh amongst yourselves. By golly, here it is. It's a Darius Rucker song. If you're familiar with that man, Darius Rucker, he was a rock singer. And then Darius decided, I'm not making as much money playing this rock and roll business as I'd like. And I think I want to try a little country. And this song paid him well enough that he can stay doing that. And this song's called Wagon Wheel, Darius Rucker. Thumbing my way to North Carolina, staring down the road, pray to God I'll see headlights. Made it down the coast in 17 hours, picked me up a bouquet of dogwood flowers. I'm hoping for Raleigh, gonna see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Southbound train, hey, mama, rock me. I'm running from the cold up in New England. I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. Baby plays the guitar, I pick some banjo now. Old North winters, they were getting me down. Lost my money playing poker and I had to heading west to the Cumberland Gap, to Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta get a move on before the sun. Hear my baby calling my name, she's the only one. If I die in Raleigh, at least I will die for real. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, wagon wheel, Darius Rucker. You know, sticking with us some songs, a little bit out of the 50s. Rick Nelson was popular in the 50s and early 60s, and the Nelsons had a TV show on Ozzie, Harriet, David, Ricky. And at the end of the show, and Thorny was the neighbor, and at the end of the show, Ricky would get up and sing a song, and then he became a kind of a teen idol. And so people, you know, Ricky got real popular, in fact, right next to Elvis Presley, pretty much. And so, Ricky had some pretty good songs, and I can play several of them, but this one I kind of like to do. It goes like this. There's a place where lovers go to cry their troubles away, and they call it Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. You can buy a dream or two to last you all through the years, and the only price you pay is a heart full of tears. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. Going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In the town of Broken Green, the streets are filled with regrets. Maybe down to Lonesome Town I could learn to forget. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken hearts stay. Going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In the town of Broken Dream, the streets are filled with regrets. Maybe down to Lonesome Town I could learn to forget. Maybe down
lonesome town, I could learn to forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hupp on your TV tonight. Bob, your wife called.
Is she? Oh.
She did. She called and she wanted me to tell you that she was in an undisclosed location.
I understand that. I get that call every now and then from her.
All right. Hey, ladies, thank you so much for watching us tonight. This is Quarantine Tonight. Bob Hupp, Nebraska's most dangerous man, is available for hire. How far do you travel? Like, what counties would you say?
Well, you know, Mike, I pretty well go where someone wants me if they've got a little tiny bit of
green
incentive. You put a little tiny bit of green.
Well, let's talk about that. If somebody is, let's say somebody's looking for a little entertainment, you know, the social distancing guidelines are a lot more
It's tough.
Free now than they were 4 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
What would they do? Do you have a website or a Facebook?
You know, I do have a shot on
Facebook.
But my name is kind of in the phone book. You can find me in there, and just give me a call on the telephone, and I'll answer you right back. We can make it go.
That's HUPP, as you can see here. Well, and if you want, you can just give them the phone number if you're ready for the calls.
I could give them a phone number right now if you're out there and you're kind of wondering. It's our area code's 402-640-7925. 640-7925.
Or you can see there, check it out on Facebook. You can see it at, let me see here, Bob Hupp. That's just that easy.
Yep. Just go Facebook, hit search, and get Bob Hupp, and I'm right plumb on there.
All right, we're going to be right back. Our chief meteorologist, Jeff Fox, has more on Nebraska's weather. You're watching NCN. Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight on News Channel Nebraska. I want to thank the University of Nebraska Medical Center for their steadfast sponsorship, especially coming from an institution that's doing so much for so many across the state of Nebraska. Bob Hupp is here. He has been here before, but I think, this is your second solo appearance.
It's I was here a couple times with the band, and then once with Luke, and then tonight. So
his sign says here, appeared on Dick Clark's American Bandstand. You mind if I get a magic marker out and write, and Quarantine Tonight?
Hey, if that would fit right on there, people will jump right at that.
Now, when were you...
would make Dick proud.
When were you on Dick's show?
We were, we celebrated our 50th anniversary of doing that show last year, but we were on it in 1969, in May of 1969.
And that was in New York?
I was in L.A., actually.
Oh. So was the set kind of like this or a little fancy?
Very similar. It was very similar. You know, I learned if people watch that show, of course, a lot of the young kids now don't even know what we're talking about, but he was probably, that was the #1 teen show that you wanted to get on, was that show. And they would film all 4 shows for a month on one Sunday. And all the entertainers, there'd be 8 because there's 2 on each week. And then you'd film it all together. And so if you notice, the kids each month that are dancing had the same clothes on next week for a whole month. And so then they pieced the acts together on who was going to appear on the show.
Big studio audience?
They probably had maybe 50 kids in there. They had to stand in line, outside to try and get in,
And it was fun?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, a lot of fun.
Now that if you look at our cameras now, you compare them to the cameras they had in 1969. You can't.
The cameras back then were great, big honkers.
Right.
On wheels. Big humpers.
That looks like the camcorder you used at Christmas 2005, doesn't it?
It's very close to that.
It probably is. All right, let's do this. We're heading towards 10 o'clock Central, and thank you so much for watching. Bob Hupp is here on News Channel Nebraska.
Here's a Bob Seger song out of 1973. Where were you guys? What were you guys doing in 1973? On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you could hear the engine running out his one-note song. And you think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before.
will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. You just wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again. Here I am back on the stage. Here I go playing the star again. Here I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out on the road. You can feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold, and you pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most of the time you can hear him talk, other times you can't. It's the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered, but you don't dare to make a stand. And 'cause here I am on the road again. Here I am back on the stage. Well, later on that evening, as you're lying awake in bed, with echoes from the amplifiers still ringing in your head, and you smoke the day's last cigarettes, remembering what she said. Here I am on the road again. Here I am back on the stage. There I go, playing the star again. Here I go, turn the page. Here I go, turn the page. There I go, turn the page. Oh, little Bob Seger music. Turn the page. You know, he's telling the story about his about what happens to him when you get out there on the road. You take a lot of static from people, and you kind of wish, excuse me, sometimes you were somewhere else, I suppose. When we were doing our studio things in Memphis back in the 60s, we'd play a nightclub every now and then called the Thunderbird, and some entertainers would come in there, and every now and then, and they would sit in with us, Booker T and the MG Band, and some of those folks. But the head of the union was the trumpet player who played the trumpet for Neil Diamond, and he said, "I made $1 million playing 3 notes." And I goes, "Oh, wow, that's the deal." And the band that played the piano lines in there, Bobby Wood's a friend of ours, and so I kind of like to do this song, even though I kind of beat it up a little bit. Where it begins, don't seem to know it. Oh, it's wrong. And in the spring became the summer. Who would believe he'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching you, touching me. hands off my shoulder. How could I hurt when holding you? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching you, touching me. Sweet Carolina, the time never seems so good. I've been inclined to believe they never could, but now I'm warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching you, touching me. Sweet Carolina, the time never seems so good. I've been inclined to believe they never could, but now I'm oh, sweet Caroline. That's a good one, boys. You know, I was going to tell you this, too. When I was down in South Padre last winter, I was diddling around on my phone, and I wasn't paying any attention very, very well. And I didn't hurt him bad. I just bumped into a guy in front of me at a red light. I didn't see him. I kind of just nudged him. And a little man gets out, kind of a little fart, 5'4", 5'5". And he walked up to me, and he's mad. And I rolled the window down. I looked out. I goes, "What is it?" He said, "I am not happy." I goes, "Well, are you grumpy, dopey, sneezy? Who are you?" All right. My wife told me, she goes, "Bob, I got bad news." She said, "Won't be long, and you're going to be hearing the pitter-patter of little feet around the house." I goes, "Wow, man, you're not pregnant, are you?" She said, "No, I'm going to divorce you and marry a midget." I'll explain these later on in the show if you, somebody asked me, I said, "Bob," excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. That's good. Someone said, "Bob, can you do a Native American song?" And this is by, who was the guy that did this song many years ago? But I'm going to do it's a song called Kalijah. Kalijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. Fell in love with an Indian maid over by the antique store. Kalijah, whoa, whoa, stood there happy as can be, wishing he was still an old pine tree. Poor old Kalijah never got a kiss. Poor old Kalijah, he don't know what he missed. Is there any wonder that his face was red? Kalijah, that poor old wooden head. Hi, yi, hi, oh. That's Pawnee. He always wore his Sunday feathers, carried a tomahawk. She wore her braids, beads, and things. Hope someday he'd talk. Kalijah, whoa, stood there, never made a sign, 'cause his heart was made from knotty pine. Poor old Elijah, he never got a kiss. Poor old Elijah, he don't know what he missed. Is there any wonder that his face was red? Elijah, that poor old wooden head. Oh, look out. Hi, yeah, yeah. Hi, yeah, oh, oh, oh. Then one day a wealthy stranger bought the Indian maid, carried her so far away, old Elijah stayed. Elijah, whoa, whoa, stood there happy as can be, wishing he was still an old pine tree. Poor old Elijah, he never got a kiss. Poor old Elijah, he don't know what he missed. Is there any wonder that his face was red? Elijah, that poor old wooden head. Poor old Elijah, he never got a kiss. Poor old Elijah, he don't know what he missed. Is there any wonder that his face was red? Elijah, that poor old wooden head. Poor old Elijah. He never got a kiss. Here's a Johnny Cash song I almost always get a request for. So I'm going to give you a little Johnny Cash right here. We got a few minutes to go yet before the night is getting late, and it goes a little bit like this. Well, I hear that train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine sitting, I don't know when, 'cause I'm stuck in Folsom prison. Time keeps dragging on. When I hear that whistle blowing, on down in San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. Probably drinking coffee, Lord, smoking big cigars. Well, I knew I had it coming. I knew I can't be free. When I hear that whistle blowing, that's what tortures me. Oh, yeah. I'm going to sneak in another song here before we're going to check out. And I do this song for all my friends, especially Diamond Bob Hughes, passed away, my brother Nick and Joe, and Donnie, our old bass player, and all of the folks that we have lost in our lives. And we need to give thanks to the good Lord up above that he put us right here on the planet in the very best place possible, right here. And you got to admit it, it's a wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I've seen them bloom for me and for you. But I said to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, I see clouds of white, bright sunny days, dark sacred nights. I said to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are pretty in the sky, also on the faces, people passing by. I see friends holding hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. But I said to myself, what a wonderful world. I said to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hupp performing Nebraska's most dangerous one-band man. Yeah, sounds good. Hey, if you are looking for somebody to perform, to put on a show, to entertain, bring joy, find Bob on Facebook. All you got to do, search his name, Bob Hupp.
That's
Hupp
me.
With 2 P's.
Yeah, double P.
You can also find him in the phone book. He lives in a town called Norfolk.
Yep, that's a long ways from here. I'll be lucky to get back there tonight.
Yeah, he's at the undisclosed location tonight. What's your next gig? What's next?
In fact, tomorrow night I'm playing over at Battle Creek at the golf course. Oh boy, they're going to shoot me. The name of it, they're south of
Kelly's. No, Evergreen Hill.
Evergreen, yeah. God bless them. I'm playing over there after a golf tournament they're having tomorrow night, and Mudball's going to cook them some food, and then I'm going to give them about a couple hours of my Rodney Dangerfield business. So.
Well, very good. This is great that you did this on behalf of all of us here at NCN and all of our viewers that appreciate what you do on behalf of all the folks that watch. You told a few jokes.
Yep, I stayed pretty good, I think, too, inside the envelope you gave me to stay inside.
You know, we kind of draw the lines out, and you kind of test out the ditch every once in a while.
You got to peek in the ditch, see what's in there.
Yeah. You come on back, but I guarantee you we're the only person or only station that has this before the 10 o'clock news. All right, that's it for us. We're going to bid you adieu. We'll be back tomorrow night. Chris Williams will be filling in for me, and we have a very special show. You're going to want to check it out. It starts at 8 p.m. Central. You're watching News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight, brought to you by the University of Nebraska Medical Center. It's 10 o'clock. Good night.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.